I get stuff started in like what do you call it, Red Dead and GTA or whatever the fuck, but I couldn't find a new mic, and then I finally found a new mic for PlayStation. Then you're like, well, I can't find a new mic. I'm like, well, shit. But I think I finally fixed stuff on my end, so ain't no worries on that. But yeah, the shit's been crazy, dude. Shit's been real fucking crazy. Still feels like yesterday when I was playing Fallout New Vegas and you just came in, you're like, New Vegas, whoa. There you go. Tell you what, though, never been a big fan about the low fucking heart sound. I know nobody is. Just straight up, almost every game currently does bullet drop terribly. Ballistically, bullets rise, then drop. Most games, the bullets just drop. If you set your rifle at 100 meters, then your bullet will be higher than your aim at 100 meters. Drop back at the center point at 100 meters. After that, slowly drop. Jesus, got a new headset almost a week ago. Very nice. Very nice. We'll talk about that. See if we can plan something as well. If I'm ever online or whatever the fuck, and we'll get going on that too. You know. But yeah, the whole thing with bullet drop, that's got to be one of the biggest things for me, and I never really cared about it in the past. Now I do. And I could see why, like, growing up, so many people were anal about it. It's like... Uh-oh. How do I say it? So... I think you hit it on the head, Chain, with how some of them do. Here, get all my GTA businesses ready to sell this week. Working hard on that. GTA is released 1996 Impala SS in the game. I want it. Bro, I had an 05 Impala. I kind of missed that piece of shit car, but... What's up, Lore of the Master Sword? Holy crap. Bullet / arrow drop in Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom is a nice detail. My only issue with it is it's too detailed. The long, bright white trail it leaves in its wake shows up for too long. It's easy to see the path you missed on and make the adjustments, hit your next shot flawlessly. Realize those games aren't meant to be overly difficult, but still, it's... Yeah, that... Okay, so, let me get into Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. They do have a bullet drop kind of thing when it comes to their arrows. And Lord of the Master Sword's hitting it on the head with, it has like a white trail so you can make sure you don't fuck it up next time. At the same time, that doesn't always make it easier. Like, granted, yes, you could use that to track where the enemy is and everything, but let's also take into effect different kinds of bows, right? The hunting bows that let you go into first-person mode. I do like those a lot. But if I'm going to be using the bow for like close-up encounters, I'm not going to be using a hunting bow because I don't need to be FPS and then, I mean, first-person mode and then a dude just whacking me. So I think the perfect example is with Chain here. Chain, imagine you have a sniper or a DMR in Battlefield, and it's one of those like times 20s with the 14 times variable zoom. And now imagine that you hear a guy behind you and then you accidentally go ADS with your goddamn sniper or DMR because you forgot to put canted iron sights on with your 20 times zoom. I've done that so many goddamn times, and that's exactly what it's like to have a hunting bow in Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, and then someone just sneaks up behind you without, you know, doing like Z targeting, of course. How games make sniper trails. What the fuck is a sniper trail? The bullet is in Delta Airlines dropping chemtrails, and also why are sniper bullets so damn slow and heavy in games? Don't get it. I've had that same thought as well, Chain. So I have talked to a couple of buddies about that, whether they work in weapons, military, or even games. I have asked around with that. So the first one with the trail, like the bullet trail, I guess it's supposed to be imitating a tracer, but then again, a tracer wouldn't even do that. So to answer your question of why do they leave such a fucking long white trail after a bullet, don't know. Nobody actually knows about why they do that, because that shit doesn't happen IRL. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just video game magic. The second one though is, why are they so damn slow and heavy? I could be mistaken, but aren't sniper bullets usually a little bit heavier? Like, let me see. I think it's because snipers are OP, so when you shoot, they want everybody to make it even. Are sniper rifle bullets actually heavy? Or, no, hold on. Average weight of a bullet for a sniper. And now watch, I'm going to be put on a fucking list. It depends on the rifle, duh. So the standard M80 ball round weighs about 147 grams, and from an M14 rifle, an M60 machine gun has a muzzle velocity of 200 feet per second, 61 meters a second faster than the M118 LR 175 gram sniping rod. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I suppose they are heavier when it comes down to the specific bullets, because like a 50 cal bullet would be heavier than like a 9mm. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me. I'm sorry. But if memory serves right, though, with the limited real life experience with weapons that I have, limited quote unquote, limited in some fields and not so limited in other fields. I could be wrong, but aren't 50 cals a little bit heavier than like a 9mm? Because then you have to take that into the effect of when it's being shot at such a high velocity, and then you also got to take into the distance as well. Like, I mean, archers have to do the same thing when it comes to their arrows, types of arrows, what the arrow's made out of, what the arrow tip's made out of, what kind of featherings on the back, what kind of, you know, not really a PSI, but what the tension is on the bowstring, what the bowstring's made of, what the actual bow's made of, how the bow's made, the shape of it. Like, seeing as I'm going into the complexity of like bows, arrows, and how that affects their shooting, their drop, and landing on target, you could probably take that same mindset into any kind of weapon that does like range kind of damage stuff. Nowadays, snipers use rifles capable of dropping helicopters out of the sky. Yeah, the anti-material rifles. God. Oh god, and that brings me back to Battlefield 1 and goddamn Sniper Elite 4 during World War 1, World War 2 when they first started making that shit. No more cannons, no. We have now So it depends on the round. Oh, here we go. We got Zach Hazard from Mike Burnfire in here finally. So it depends on the round, but you're talk about a longer casing with more powder, 147 grams with a 308 or a 762-54 round is pretty light. At the same time, a 308 and a 762-54 aren't actually sniping rounds. 9mm handgun round can get up to 180 grams sometimes. Most common gram for 9mm is under 15 gram, 124 gram, 147 gram. Yeah, you need a light enough bullet where you can get distance, but you need a heavy enough round so it stays stable. Yes. And in most cases, it's like a light bullet, and then with the ass end, it's usually heavier, or with the fucking tip, it's heavier. It's like you have to trade off somewhere. But now take that instance of, depending on how light or how heavy the projectile is, going through the air at such a high velocity, it's going to drop. It's like, hey guys, there's a difference between a 338 Lapua, 300 Winchester, and 408 Chaytak versus a 50 BMG. We gotta make that clear. Certain rounds are for humans and some are for vehicles and such. Exactly. Can't just say a Barrett 50 cal is meant to take down like a SR-71 Blackbird, and that a goddamn anti-tank round is meant for common infantry use. That shit'll blow off your fucking shoulder. Oh my god. Excuse me. I'm expecting it to be heavier first, to be more stable second, to have more impact on the target. Well, just because something's going to be heavier doesn't mean that it's always going to be better. So, how do I say this? Sometimes the most lethal kind of ammunition is the smaller ones that might do less penetrating power, but can travel at a higher velocity. Think of it like David and Goliath, for instance. What happened when David shot the stone out of the sling? It landed right on Goliath's head, and, well, he died. Small little stone, right? Let's take that into effect. Have you guys ever seen a sling being used? That was the weapon of choice for shepherds back in the day, right? So a sling has so much goddamn power to it that if you were to fucking actually use a sling, it sounds like a goddamn fucking gun going off. The crack and the impact can kill. But it's such a small fucking rock being put into a fucking sling, right? Well, yes, a smaller projectile might have a weaker penetrating force, but at the same time it'll be able to travel at a faster speed compared to a heavier projectile. What I'm getting based on that is, if you have a smaller God, I don't know how to explain this. A smaller, lighter arrow, bullet, etc., be able to travel farther, do less damage, but there is that chance that it'll be a little bit more critical because of how fast it's traveling. A heavier bullet, arrow, projectile, whatever, is going to do less distance because of how heavy it is, realistically, but do more damage, essentially. Think about this. 308 converted into MM is 762.51 by 6.5 Grendel is 6.539. Grendel holds its energy much better than a 308. Yes, 308 has more energy but loses energy fast and drops, where a smaller 6.5 Grendel holds more energy and shoots flatter. 6.5 would be 123 grams, and 308 with a light end would be 47. So about weight to energy. Yep, same with cars. 250 HP car would be at 400. Yep, that's it. It's basically like math It's all just math at that point. It's just all math at that point, exactly. Oh yeah. It's like so you take your nuts 5 pieces for $20. No, that's a ripoff. Take a seats 30 pieces. No. What was I getting at? But yes, Chain's been asked about this before. I've surprisingly been asked about this, and it's because of family that have worked in the military, in emergency services, and etc. So for me, it's basically stuff that I've picked up over the years, ever since I was a kid. But for Chain, it's a little bit more than that. Got me writing books today. Damn. Well, ain't no worries, Chain. I just want to make sure that my math's not, you know, too far off, and I'm not sounding like a major idiot, you know. So thank you for that help, because that does help a lot. We'll be going back into Dodongo's Cavern later on, because since I play Ocarina of Time in a very specific way, I don't play it in the intended linear fashion. I play it in more of a open world kind of setting, where I can do stuff out of order and etc. We'll go back to Dodongo's Cavern and finish that off later on, because we're going to do a whole bunch of side stuff. Go to Zora's Domain, do the Jabba Jabba Belly section, and etc, etc, etc. So yeah. But yeah, Chain, who else to ask about this other than possibly you? Because the only other people I can think of asking either are untrustworthy and I don't talk to them anymore, or are not available right now. So that does help a lot. Thank you. Oh boy, another useless $5. Another useless $20. God damn. And yep, more useless cash. So I can't remember, is this the cow that if I use a fucking bottle on, I'm going to get milk? No. I still don't understand what's up with the fucking cow inside of Death Mountain. Like, oh wait, no, I need Song of Storms. That's right. Damn it. Okay, that makes sense. Ron Spammer on YouTube.